Good day, everyone. Welcome to Daily Inspiration to Live a Better Life. I am Dr. Carolyn Rose Smith, and welcome to Day 8, Episode 1. Be observant and checking on others. So I think as we are working on our own, physical, mental, and spiritual well-being, I think it's so important that we keep an eye out on, for others as well, right? There's so much going on right now, right? We hear about all the shootings, in different stores. We hear about so many school shootings. We hear about issues with bullying. There's sometimes so much negativity in the media. So much going on. So I think that as we work on ourselves, that we keep an eye out, right, for what others may be going through, right? You never know. That could make a difference, right, in somebody's life, and you never know, right, if that could help prevent some type of violence from taking place, all right? Also, again, please feel free to go into the comment section, okay, and share your tips and share your stories on this topic as well. So let's go ahead. Very important topic today, right? So let's go ahead and dive in. All right. So, guys, as we work on our own well being, right, it's important that we also check in on others' well being, right? So, we got to ensure that others are doing okay. So, let's check in with them, okay? If I notice my children are not doing well or my husband is not doing well, I'll check in with them to say, hey, is everything all right? What's going on, right? I want them to know that I'm there for them, okay? And that I see that they may not be doing well, that I notice, right? That I'm paying attention, right? I remember our oldest daughter, when she was in high school, she came home one day and one of her peers, right, had confided in her and told her that she was concerned that there was someone at home. I won't say who in this video, but there was someone at home that she was worried would hurt her, right? And she told this to my daughter, right? And my daughter was concerned and was trying to figure out what does she do with that information, right? So she came home, she told me, and she, was concerned about breaking confidentiality, with what her peer told her. But I spoke to my daughter and said, sometimes when people tell you something, right, and you're concerned, it's sometimes, a cry for help, right? And, you would rather that she's safe and and that you did something instead of keeping it a secret, and then something did happen to her, because then I know my daughter would feel terrible, right? So I advised my daughter that the next day she went to school to speak with the guidance counselor, let the guidance counselor know what her concern was, what her classmate told her, right? So then the guidance counselor could bring in that student and speak to her, and then see if there's something that they need to do to intervene. Okay, so again, I was very proud of my daughter for coming with me, not keeping it a secret, and letting me know what her concerns were for her peer, because you never know, her telling me, then her going back to school the next day, which she did, and she did tell the guidance counselor. You never know, that could have helped prevented some type of harm to her classmate. Okay, so it's important again that we pay attention to what's going on and checking on others. Okay, again, also by checking in on others, again, my background is in psychology and mental health, right, as well as other degrees, but a big part of my background is in psychology. Okay, and a lot of times too, when you're thinking about suicides, right, a lot of times, um, you know people may be going through something, right? And if you ask them outright, if you, my experience is, if I look at if I look at a patient that comes in, right, and I ask them outright, are you suicidal? Are you homicidal? They will tell you, that yes I am, or no I'm not. Okay, and they will even tell you if they have a plan. Okay, whether it's hey, I'm going to do it on this day and this is how I'm going to do it. A lot of this sometimes a cry for help, right? And sometimes they just need a break, whether to go impatient, just to take some time away from maybe whatever the stressors that might be going on, right? So again, a lot of times, if somebody's going through something and you ask them directly, very likely they will tell you what's going on. And that has been my experience. Okay, and so again, a lot of people may be going through things, and by checking in on them, this may reduce suicides, right, and other harmful behaviors, and even homicides as well, guys. Okay, so a lot of times people are going through things again, and it's a cry for help. All right, remember that most of the challenges we are going through in life are only temporary, right? So a lot of times people may be going through something, they feel so overwhelmed, and they may do something that's permanent, right, like hurting themselves or hurting someone else. Those are permanent, right? And if they're just gonna help, or if they're just waited, right? To move past that experience, to move past whatever is going on, just some time, they'll realize that, you know what, this is only temporary and this is not gonna last forever. All right. So keep an eye out on others as well. All right. And so we got to again remember that whatever is going on in our lives and whatever is going on in other people's lives, we got to remind them again, what may seem so overwhelming and what may seem so, permanent is only temporary. And we got to let them know that this too will pass, and help provide support and any other more extensive care that they may need. Okay, guys? Also, stand up for others and ourselves in a respectful way against bullying from classmates, co-workers, no matter the person's position or rank or whatever, we have to, stand up for others, right? Family members, and strangers, right? So again, the bullying may be coming from classmates, co-workers, family members or strangers, right? And we have to. I remember when I was I was in high school in Jamaica, and I was the type of person where students know not to mess with me, right? And I may have friends that are more quiet, and then there might be those students who think they can pick on, for example, my best friend because she's quiet. And I'm going to intervene, right? I intervene. I'm like, look, do not mess, right, with my friend, right? So sometimes, somebody may be more quiet or whatever. You see what's going on, right? But you don't stand by. You make sure you step up and you say something, right? If you're concerned about stepping in and saying something, let the teacher know, let a guidance counselor know, let someone that you trust know your concern, okay? Same thing. When I was, I witness stuff and I see where coworkers may be treated, disrespectfully by somebody in leadership position. For me, I demanded, respect. It doesn't matter the person's title or their rank or whatever. And so I would encourage coworkers to stand up for themselves. Don't let others, because there may be higher titles or higher ranks, treat them, a certain way. So we always have to set an expectation how we want to be treated, right? And let people know, like, hey, look, you're an individual, I'm an individual, right? It doesn't matter if we're children, if we're adults, whatever, we all are deserving of respect, right? And we have to set that expectation, and let people know, like, hey, this is how I expect to be treated, this is how I want to be treated. And let people know, like, hey, I am not going to stand by and let you treat me disrespectfully. All right. So and that's the same thing with family members. We may be in situations with family members where certain family members may treat us be disrespectful towards us. And again, we have to stand up for ourselves, right? And there might be strangers. You see a lot of situations where, again, especially with social media, right, where people are so disrespectful, they think they're behind a screen or a phone or whatever, and they're not face to face with someone, and they can be disrespectful. So we don't, make sure you don't tolerate those type of mess. All right. Okay. Set expectation early as to how we want and expect to be treated. I just spoke about that, right? It doesn't matter the person's position or rank. We're all human beings, and we all should be treated with respect. Okay. And speak up when something is wrong. Again, I think, you know with if somebody's being bullied and you stand up for them and you say something, I think, again, that person will realize that, wow, somebody cares, somebody sees, and somebody is somebody cares enough to stand up for me. All right. So don't stay quiet, and let others know we are there for them. All right, let's keep the conversation going. So let's find time to take care of ourselves, right? Our physical, mental, and spiritual health, so that we can help others. All right. So while we focus on ourselves, again, also keep an eye out on others. All right. We have to continue to find time to get rest, such as nap, right? So we have to listen to our body. So if we're tired, get some rest, right? Block out the negativity, guys. All right. Such as reducing how much negative news you're watching, right? There's so much negativity that may be going on out there. And for myself, I have to reduce how much news I'm watching, right? I make sure I have situational awareness, and I may find ways to make sure I know what's going on in the world. But then, I have to, reduce the negativity that's going on out there, so I can focus on other ways that I can make a positive social change, right? To get involved in things that matter to me, right? And so that's what I would recommend for you guys, that you don't get absorbed in all that negativity that's going on out there, and instead use your time and your energy to figure out how can you make positive social change in this world. All right, so send out positive energy as well, right? And positive energy will come back to you as well. I really believe that, right? So take part again in activities that uplift, your spirit, okay? And continue to uplift ourselves and uplift others around us. All right? So I am going to continue this discussion on day 8, episode 2, be observant and share the laughter. Okay? I think it's so important that, again, as we look out for ourselves, we take the time to look out for others. I think there's so much benefit to that. Okay? And we're also going to continue the laughter. As I said, I always believe, laughing each day will uplift our spirit. All right? We're going to call it round 7. Okay? Where my husband Scott will be completing the phrase, you know you are exhausted when, okay? So my husband Scott is gonna complete that phrase, and we hope again you will enjoy it, all right, and have a really wonderful hearty laugh, all right? So let's keep the laughter going again and check out day 8, episode 2, all right? Thanks, and please remember to subscribe. Again, tap or click on the bell to receive notifications, and please like the videos, all right? So again, my face is there somewhere. So again, please go ahead, click on where my little face is and subscribe. Okay? All right. Thanks again for spending part of your day with me. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right? So I'll see you again soon. I'll see you on day 8, episode 2. All right. Bye-bye.